Hey everybody, welcome to Day 3 of the Final Fantasy Tactics Colosseum AI Tournament League for March. We've got 6 matches today, 4 winners bracket, completing the first round, and the first 2 rounds of the losers bracket. We've had some pretty good matches so far. Let's see if today continues the trend.
Looking forward to a number of the matches tonight. Couple of really good matchups here, I believe. We will see.
We'll start off with Ara1 versus Sardek 2. Welcome to the Butcher Shop. Can I take your order? Versus Legends. For the Butcher Shop, we have Butcher the Bloodstalker. It's definitely a Tonberry, not a, whatever that is. With Chef's Knife's Everyone's Grudge and Blood Ritual. This was moved down a tier this month, so only costs 4,000, which means Ara is 2,000 short of the JP cap, because I don't believe this is edited at all. Beef the King Behemoth. Impossible Taiju, and Soylent Green the Marksman, with the Lava Bolt counter and throw item. On my side, for the Legends, Lianin the Ninja with Bloodsword and Mage Masher, shamelessly stolen from Kjata, with MP Switch and Equip Sword. She has move plus 3, gets in there, and gets the party started. Kakara the Spellblade with Whale Whisker, Kaiser Plate, item, Hamido, and attack up. This is a Rod Whacker. Orochi the Hydra, or Hydra in this case. And I don't actually know how to pronounce this one. He is a famous Lancer, with Jump, Punch Art, and Martial Arts, as well as HP Restore. We go to Large Map 59 to start it off.
Double checked, you were correct. Ara did not edit the team, so is coming in 2,000 below the cap here. See if the team is good enough to make up for that JP discrepancy. Ninja moving out nice and early, of course, not in range to do anything just yet. Tonberry acting earlier than I expected to, honestly. I guess the rest of the team doesn't have a ton of speed here, but everybody just taking a couple turns to get in range. A lot of short range units here. Fireball of the Behemoth does hit the MP switch, so it's going to be taking full damage from other hits unless something heals that MP. Speaking of full hits, here's a big Earth Slash hitting both the Tonberry and the Behemoth. That does mean that those HP dependent moves are going to do a lot. MP switch on the Ninja absorbing that shot, and here comes that Almagest, going to hit 2 targets here for some big damage. Oh, only hits the Lancer. Ninja does dodge it, and a Magic Spirit coming through to heal up the Behemoth and Tonberry. That does also heal the MP on the Behemoth, so it can MP switch again.
Dark Whisper does not proc.
There are those big hits there. Oh, and a Chef's Knife drops the Lancer. Lancer goes down. Behemoth did soak up a lot of damage with that MP switch, and a crit does some extra damage on that Spellblade with the knock off the edge. Power source to bring her back up to healthy. There comes a life break on the Ninja for 283, but does hit that MP switch.
Dark Whisper again.
MP switch on both sides here, playing some big roles, soaking a lot of damage. Oh, and that is I believe that was a proc on the Behemoth. I do not think 144 killed.
I do believe the same thing happened to the Lancer with the Chef's Knife.
I think you are correct. And here's an Everyone's Grudge, puts the Lancer right back down after the Ninja picked it up. Another big shot from that Lava Bolt. Archer puts the Ninja down. And Ara's team looking pretty healthy here.
Yeah, this was a pretty unfortunate map for me.
Dark Whisper, but not a great location for it here. And back down to just the 3 shots this month, not the 5 like last. Everyone's Grudge coming in, just 85 damage, not a ton on that Hydra. Does have a lot of HP. Another shot from the Archer into the Spellblade. Spellblade is going to power source itself again, keep itself nice and healthy, but the Archer has the Spellblade on the run. It's not doing anything else while it's healing itself. 324, Hydra does not have enough bulk there. That life break took it down, and a Magic Spirit to bring the Behemoth back up. Healed the Tonberry as well, and it is a 4-on-1 here. Not sure the Spellblade has much of a chance to do much here. Phoenix down on the Ninja to bring it up, but at 1 HP. Oh, but a wish on the Lancer. A little bit of a potential tempo swing here. We will see. Not so much. It is just that 1 HP Ninja here. She is going to run over and bring the Spellblade back up, but all of these low HP reses just not lasting, especially not with AoE from that life break. Or, sorry, Almagest. Ooh, but a Rod Whack from the Spellblade does take that Tonberry from, I believe that was 100 to 0. Another Rod Whack. Spirit of Life gonna bring that Behemoth back up, but wow, this Spellblade says, I don't care that I'm near fatal.
Can't dodge this, though.
Spellblade tried her damnedest, but was not able to turn the tables there. That is, the first game goes to Ara. Going to the second map here. Small map may well benefit Sardek here.
Yeah, a map with a little less verticality would be to my benefit, because they all kind of lined up there. It didn't really let them do their thing. So we go to 13.
Alright, fighting in the Quick Lane boss room.
Which I believe is a misspelling of the Lancer that I brought.
I do believe you are correct. It's pronounced something like Kuklan or something like that. I don't know. I don't speak the language. But yeah, no, I think you are correct. A Wave Fist under the tree, no damage split there. Archer's going to move up and take a shot on the Hydra, 180 damage. But a power source going to bring it right back up for the exact amount of HP that it took. Stab up 180, and the Behemoth does get a buff to its damage, and a Leaf Dance on both the Ninja and the Lancer. Ninja does go down.
Just no luck with my Ninja.
Oof, 2 hits onto the Behemoth. Huge damage from that Blood Ritual. Did put the Lancer down. A shot into the Spellblade. Spellblade's moving in, gonna Rod Whack the Tonberry down to 1, but that was a Guts proc.
Huh. Yes, that did not damage the Tonberry. I need to fix that.
Big Almagest coming through, takes the Spellblade down, but does miss a Hydra, but it is just the Hydra now versus all 4 units. going to be a pretty tough way to go there. There was a sleep proc, but it does hit it again. It does does pick it up from the sleep, but it does also kill it. Archer is going to go ahead and Phoenix down the tree to bring it right back up. A very hefty stab up, 176.
It was a guts on the follow-up, so did not impact the outcome.
Good luck on the Dark Whisper. 2 hits onto the Tonberry, but the Tonberry is does guts again, is again down to 1 HP. Power Source going to give it 180 HP back, and it does get another turn. That Tonberry is going suspiciously fast.
Just speed 9. So Aura takes it 2-0. I'll need to fix the blood ritual for tomorrow, but he only used it once, so, and it didn't change things, so we'll just let it go.
Okay, yeah, that may have been the what happened then, Hero. Yeah, it might have just been the 20 CT from the waiting, but yeah, it definitely did feel like it went pretty quick back to back there. But anyway, on to the next match. Kaffe 2 versus Korremar 2. My second team getting its first showing here.
Amazing Master Onion versus Drink Me. Kick, punch, it's all in your mime. I see we fixed it this time. Geomancer with Genji Shield, Earth Clothes, and Magic Gauntlet with Guts and HP Restore. Pretty big for a Geomancer. Also Punch Art, I guess, for the support set. Lancer with Martial Arts and the aggressive half of the Punch Art set. Bard with a Ramia Harp, item, throw item, and arrow guard. Also an Angel Ring on this one. And of course, everyone's favorite, the Mime.
Moving on to Drink Me. Puer, the Knight, has Punch Art, does have that Escutcheon 2 for Always Defend. Reflect Mail for the Reflect Genji Helmet for the status absorbs, and Magic Ring does allow it to absorb 3 elements as well. Auto Potion also keeping him nice and healthy at 417 HP.
I'm never gonna die.
Absolutely. Next up, Roibus the Samurai does have Equipped Sword for that Defender for Always Defend. It is 2-handing it as well. Genji Helmet again for the statuses, Reflect for the Reflect, Magic Gauntlet for the Magic. Has draw out. This is actually in 4 tournaments. My very first actual draw out Samurai, coming off 14 MA, so not super small. Does have Yin Yang Magic as well. Next up, we have Awabansha, the Wizard. That is a Wizard Rod, actually not a Faith Rod user here. Golden Hairpin, Mithril Vest for a little bit of extra HP, 108 gems to strengthen that magic. Does have item and throw item for some extra support for the team, but is mainly a caster with that big 16 MA and the Elemental Strengthens. Finally, Lapsang Sochong, the Bard, does have a Fairy Harp to try and get some procs here and there because Bloody String's not going to do a ton of damage. Escutcheon 2 as well for that Always Defend with its Equipped Shield. Triangle Hat Black Costume has an Angel Ring to pick him back up. Does have Sing and Time Magic as well as Barrier and move HP up to try and keep him up.
We go to Large Map 100 for the start of this one.
This team does have the 2 reflectors. Of course, their goal is to try and get into melee and let the wizard get some big bounces from those blizzards, get some double or triple blizzards or cyclones potentially. Nice big map, so everybody going to take a little bit of time to get in range here. Do have 3 always defending units on my team. Kaffe opening up with a battle song, and of course being mimes, that's a lot of extra PA for that team. Gonna be a lot of extra damage from those punch hearts. Speaking of Spin Fist, 2 decent hits, but an auto potion does heal the knight, and a counter flood. A little bit of damage, no procs there. Of course doesn't have overflow, so not trying to fish for them specifically. Here is a Carve model, no proc, and does get a counter flood. Hell Ivy 119 does just a little more damage. Oof, 137 into the Bard, takes some good damage, but does get a barrier that's gonna help keep him up just a little bit. But some more PA plus, that is gonna add up very quickly on the punch arts. Here comes the Knight, and the Knight does get a Spin Fist of his own. Not a ton of damage, and procs the barrier on the Lancer, but he is still plenty healthy. Samurai gonna go ahead and do something here. She is thinking about it. She's gonna move up, and Heaven's Cloud, perfect, gonna hit 2 and heal my Knight. Is gonna put that Geomancer down, and the Wizard gets a cast. Is gonna go ahead and cast on the Mime. Bard's gonna move out of the way, and gonna cast something of his own. A Demi 2 on the Mime, 133, and a Blizzard is most likely going to finish this Mime off here. It sure is. Mime goes down. Geomancer is pretty low there. Did get brought up, and an Earth Slash coming through. Going to hit my own. Ooh, yikes. Counter Flood from the friendly Samurai, and I didn't quite get the kill on the Geo either.
Whole lot of friendly fire this month.
But a Chaka from my Punch Art Knight is going to help that Samurai quite a bit, bring her back up to some more health. Kiku going to hit the... Ooh, procs the HP restore on the Geo. Geo is still in it. Here comes a...
Mjolnir looks like.
I think so, yeah. Yep, chance to proc stop, so... Small damage, but does get the stop proc. Auto potion, so the Harp ended up net healing. Nameless Song coming through, lands 4 buffs.
And some pretty good ones at that.
Hell, Ivy drops the Samurai to near fatal, but a counter flood for more damage than she took. She does get her action here, starts to charge a Petrify.
Cyclone looks like.
I believe so. Another Nameless does just land the Reflect on the Bard. 72, just a little bit of damage. And are we going to switch to Life Song? Let's find out. Blizzard coming down, and I believe this is a double cast. It sure is.
Well, we've seen that before. Korremar and their double blizzards.
Fun fact, the previous team that had that double blizzard, the crystal gems, didn't actually plan for the reflect double or triple casts when I was making it. It just happened to work out that way, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, actually. Chain lightning across the field does bring another unit down. It is just that Geo. Geo goes for the Hell Ivy on the Knight, a little bit of damage, but he is going to heal that back up, and it is a 4-on-1. Another Nameless Song coming out here. Does land some shells and protects. Not a ton of damage coming out from the Knight, but that is not really what he's meant to do. Samurai is just moving back. She is pretty low, but here comes a power source, going to heal her up nice and healthy.
Well, Ludo, this does not look like an 0-2 for Korremar.
Geo revives the Bard. That is a crystallization there, and that Lancer is going to crystallize pretty soon, too. Here comes a Spin Fist to hit both. Does put the Bard right back down. Another Nameless coming right through. Lots of buffs going out from it. Samurai going to move up, but not in range to do anything just yet.
Being stuck in this revive loop is not where that Geomancer wants to be. That is not going to end up good for Kaffe.
Several re-raises out on my team as well, so not super sure the Geo really has the ability to do much here. It is, at best, a 2v4 right now, with 2 crystallized units. One goes down again, another Nameless coming through for another haste on the Bard. Just a matter of time for folks to move in range. A little bit of damage to the Wizard, not enough to really threaten much of anything. A crit on the Repeating Fist.
Confusion proc would have been what would have had the chance to turn things around, but missing the proc off the harp, no good.
Samurai does pick up a crystal, but is just kind of hanging out, not really looking to do anything here. And the Cyclone does finish it. A nice and healthy 4 units still up. First round does go to me.
Small map 43. Will it be a repeat, or is Kaffe better in close quarters? It's a boat.
Map we have not seen much of here. Both teams starting up pretty close to each other and pretty clumped up, so any big AoEs here could do a lot of damage. An Earth Slash early does hit the Bard and Wizard.
And as luck would have it, moves out from the front of the mime so as to not hit his own team.
Counter Flood in return there. Was a pretty big Geomancy coming out from the Geo, but team is still pretty healthy. And here is a Spin Fist, a little bit of chip damage on the Geo. And the Samurai coming in. Here's a Heaven's Cloud on the Mime and the Geo.
Is what a bug, Ludo.
Bard's casting a stop, does not land it. Here comes a big blizzard coming out. Does hit just 1 unit, did hit a reflect, but nothing to hit with the reflect. A huge Spin Fist there, very painful actually. Knight does Chakra to bring the Wizard back up, but that was a hefty hit from that Punch Lancer. Start charging a Petrify onto it. Phoenix down from the Bard onto the Mime. Gonna try and keep the team going there. But the Wizard is gonna move up. The re-raise from the Bard. Bard is gonna move, and I believe that was a Life Song coming out. Here is the big Blizzard coming down. Is it gonna take the Lancer out? Oh, that's right, it wasn't a Lancer, it was on the Mime and Bard. Petrify on the Lancer does not land. Lancer is still in it, and is probably going to be another Spin Fist here. Sure is. That's going to be a huge hit. Bard is out of it right now, but a Revive is going to pick him back up out of Fatal. Another charge on the Petrify. Samurai opting to try and Petrify over and over rather than trying to kill. Interesting choice from her. Mjolnir is going to kill that Bard. It is just the Lancer left. Still fishing for that Petrify proc, but still not landing it. Re-raise on the Bard, and the Bard is going to Life Song to heal himself back up and heal the Lancer some at the same time. Now fishing for a Paralyze, trying to go for the Don't Act. Repeating Fist on the Wizard does drop the Wizard to near Fatal. Does get a chance to Power Source herself. Commanders to land that don't act on the Lancer is going to take the Lancer out of commission for just a little bit. Phoenix down on the Mime on Kaffe's team. Bring it back up. There was one crystallized there. Lancer picks it up so nobody else can. Wave Fist for decent damage. Samurai is going to move down now and is going to Kiku into the Lancer too. Lancer's getting a little lower. That is a cast from the Wizard onto the Bard up there. That's a Mjolnir and the Bard does go down. It's just the Mime and Lancer now, and Mime is very low. Revive on the Bard to bring the Bard back up from Korremar's team, and Akiku going to kill the Mime, is going to bring that Lancer down pretty low. It is just the Lancer versus 4 now, and a power source on the Bard. He is nice and healthy. Lancer's got its work cut out for it if it is going to try and take this team down.
And with that paralysis, even more of an uphill crawl.
But Demi 2 is going to put him down, and yet again a 4-0 at the end. That is 2-0 for me over Kaffe. Kaffe is sent to the loser's bracket, and I move on.
We go now to our one collab team of this tournament, LoKoKaFi, Love Colored Magic,
Me,
Korremar, Kaffe, and Fig. I'm like,
yep.
who's Co? Yeah. Versus the first member of the team. So, already some infighting. LoKoKaFi versus Rule of Vengeance.
Alright, and LoKoKaFi, we have Black Eye. This is Kaffe's unit, the Monk. Does have quite a bit of bulk, 396 HP, not small at all. Absorbs Earth, of course, and does have the Genji helmet for the status absorbs. HP Restore has Punch Art, that is Earth Slash, Secret Fist, and the support abilities, and then Yin Yang Magic as well for Petrify, Paralyze, Zombie 2, and Confuse 2. Next up is Iced Latte the Marksman. This is my unit. Has Persia's Bow, which does have the critical hit proc. That is, to be clear, not just a critical hit. It is, I believe, is 85% of their max health.
Yep.
And does have the overflow with that. Also has Counter Flood, 261, so not super tanky, but does have a little bit of bulk. Also has item for a little bit of support, but does not have throw item, of course. Double, the Spellblade, the Timmy's Coffee order, of course. The big ol' whale whisker there, with pretty sizable bulks from that. Mithril Shield to keep her a little healthier. 296, not super small bulk as well. Wizard Robes, so does have quite a bit of evade on both physical and magical side with that Weapon Guard. Short charge as well for the Rejuve, Flash Heal, and Life. And Nitro Cold Brew the Time Mage. That is Love Colored Magic. Mace of Zeus, pretty popular this month, of course. Does have Haste, Slow, Don't Move, and Demi 2 on that Time Magic. Summons Moogle, Ramu, Fairy, and Sylph. And then Defense up and Auto Potion to try and keep her up with that very tiny 192 HP. 12 speed, so certainly very, very fast time age, but also very fragile.
On the other side, for Love Colored Magic, we have Lihalt the Monk with damage split and equip armor plus steel. Let's see what you're stealing. What you got there? Strength, throat, and disarm. Melody the Geomancer with basic skill and abandon. This is even more evasive than that other evasive unit. Asgard the Woodman with Protect Spirit, and Malik the Squidlarkin with Time Blast and Psionic Wave. We go to large map 76. A map that we see pretty frequently.
Paddy, lots of battlefield to cover here, so it is going to take a few turns to get into range. Do have a few good ranged options on each team, but nothing crazy long. Those hastes coming out just about instantly from the 12-speed Time Mage. That short charge with the huge CT reduction this month on Time Magic does mean that those spells come out very, very fast. Another haste on LCM's side, the squid hasting the tree. Here comes another haste coming out onto the monk-only unit that she did not hit with her first haste, and here is a shot, but it is guarded.
And finishing up the job of hasting everybody.
A wave fist onto the archer, 126 is a good bit of damage. 238 from the whale whisker bonk onto the monk, and here comes a petrify from Kaffe's monk. That just said protect. Why did that only apply protect? That is incorrect from that tree. That should be applying protect, shell, and re-raise.
That wasn't Blessing of Nature. That was something else.
Oh, wrong tree. Okay. My fault. Alright, the Petrify does come out. LCM's monk is petrified.
Okay, so it was Protect Spirit. There's the one with Magic Spirit. I'm just going to check the companion real fast to see what that is supposed to do.
Alrighty, and Time Mage does get a don't move on the Geomancer, and that was while confused. Leaf Dance on the Monk for 175, pretty good damage. Death Spell 2 going to come out and remove that confusion. Haste does wear off on the collab team. Archer's going to take another shot at the squid. Decent damage, but no proc. Another Petrify coming out from the monk and does petrify that tree. 128 damage to the Time Mage. She is very low after that. Is going to back up and heal herself. The squid moves up and gets a big psionic wave out. Drops the Time Mage, and the monk is very low. Chakras himself, but Chakras the squid at the same time, and then moves away. The Spellblade going to start trying to raise the Time Mage, and Archer going to move over and Power Source the monk. Monk is back to healthy. Time Mage comes up with 96 HP, not a ton, as she's in the middle of everybody, but does get an immediate action.
Just because this actually may have been relevant to this match, I'm resetting this one.
Gotcha, yeah, the Protect Spirit is supposed to add Shell as well.
Right, which would have impacted the hit rate of the Petrify that landed.
That's alright, we'll go ahead and run it back.
Anyways, quick fix there, and we go back to 76 to start over. Catching mistakes from the previous month that we hadn't caught yet. Boy, February was a debacle.
Yeah, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Time Mage going to move up and start just the same as last time, of course, getting the triple haste here. Things playing out just the same so far, of course, no surprise there. Everybody moving up. Yep, haste from the squid onto the tree. Time Mage's gonna move up and get that final haste out on the monk. Here comes a shot onto the Geo, is guarded yet again. Monk is going to move up and Wave Fist onto the Archer. Decent-sized hit. Spellblade going to move up and bonk onto the Monk, but does miss this time. Here comes a Don't Act coming out on the Monk, opting for that over the Petrify. Time Mage going to move up and is going to start casting, I believe that was a summon, I think? Is going to get Local Quaked, but no Confusion proc this time. An Auto Potion going to heal her up a bit. Taking another shot at the Geo, but only an 11% chance to hit, so really fishing for shots on the wrong target there. This is a Demi 2, 236 damage, but damage split 118 back to her, very low already. Time Blast onto the Monk does haste him. And she is going to opt to cure herself, it looks like. There's a Protect Spirit, and it did shell and protect properly that time on 3 units on the team.
Looks like a Paralyze.
I think you are correct. An Earth Slash does put the Time Mage down before she gets a chance to heal herself, but the Short Charge Life is going to pick her back up very, very quickly. Archer moves back and yet again takes a shot at the Geo, opting to try and kill the Geo over anything else here. 2 Don't Acts on the tree and the squid. That is a tough break for LCM's team. Local Quake gonna hit the Archer, but doesn't land. Archer does get the Counter Flood and lands the Confusion proc with that Overflow. Time Mage is down. Monk is going to move up and Throat Punch the Archer. Archer Counter Floods yet again and gets the Confusion proc again.
That's 2 Confuses and 2 Don't Acts.
Secret Fist on the Geo did not miss, so that Geo is going to go down. That does mean, hopefully, that my Archer will stop trying to get Confuse procs on, or Confuse procs, will stop trying to get shots off on the extremely evasive Geomancer.
Now it's just some buffs and waiting out the Confuses and Paralyzes.
Yep, whole team is a little bit out of the action right now, and the Squid and Tree are moving back a fair bit. Oh, and a Death Sentence on the Confused Monk, too. Yikes.
This is the kind of moment that Death Sentence was designed for. Sometimes not so great, but in moments like this, everything you could want.
Oh, but the Confused Monk does Death Sentence the other Monk right back. The Confused Geo does bonk the Death Sentenced Monk out of confusion. Aqualung nearly one-shots the Time Mage. She does go down, but that was almost all of her HP, even if she were full. Spin Fist gonna put her right back down, do some damage to the other Monk too. Shell and Protect do wear off on the Squid and the Tree. Archer's trying to move back up to be relevant again, has not yet managed to actually do much of anything other than heal.
Well, when you're firing at an 11% shot, probably aren't going to hit all that often.
Certainly, I mean, was well designed too with all that evasion on a unit with relatively low HP. Of course, the AI does try to hit that low HP unit over and over, so...
As we see here, just a whole bunch of that unit dying.
Time Mage is up and down over and over again. Here comes out a big Rejuve, though, is going to heal her up to full, but she is very low. Gets a big bonk from that stick, though, does get a crit on it. Damage split, though, puts her back down low enough for that Aqualung to kill. Protect Spirit again. The Squid and Tree, both very durable, but no ability to raise anybody from either one of them. So it is a 2-on-3 right now, possibly 2-on-4. Yep. Rejuve on the Time Mage, and there's still plenty of time to res that other monk. Counterflood lands the darkness, so the Squid does now have a very cool pair of shades.
I really need to design an icon for Discord.
The Time Mage not having any MP is stuck just rod whacking over and over. Goes back down yet again. There is, of course, MP Restoral on this team with both the Power Source and the Chakra, but the Time Mage is just never quite lining up for it right as far as the turn orders go.
Oh, hey, look, the Archer did something.
He did actually manage to get a shot and kills the Squid, not from a proc, just from the damage of the shot itself. Oh, and gets the proc there. 346 damage from that critical hit, and the tree goes down. LoKoKaFi takes LoKoKaFi, Kaffe, however you want to pronounce it. I think it's supposed to be LoKoKaFi, of course. Takes the first round.
The name of the team is LoKoKaFi. The name of the person sponsoring it is LoKoKaFi. Or Fi. But anyways, I believe so, Ludo. Anyways, we go to small map 70. The very large small map.
Alright, the team's starting very, very close to each other this time, so monks are going to get in range to do some things to each other. Going to get a lot more melee hits here. The Spellblade might also move in and get some good bonks here. Of course, the Archer is going to try and take out that Geomancer. Monk opens with a Secret Fist on the Time Mage. That is probably not the best course of action, actually. That Time Mage going down and being rezzed over and over was a big tempo hit for the collab team, so units ignoring her might not be the greatest. Spellblade does go for a staff bonk. Ooh, that is a huge psionic wave. Wow. Spellblade and Time Mage go down immediately. Petrify does not land. Archer's going to move over and Phoenix down the Time Mage. The Monkey is going to go ahead and move over. Spin Fist most likely. Sure is. Time Mage goes back down. Counterflood onto him. Does land a stop. Could make a little bit of a difference here. But the collab team definitely already on the back foot.
The best of anti-sandbagging, that Geomancy.
Another big psionic wave coming out is going to kill the Archer. The Monk does HP restore himself up, but it is a 3.5 on 1. The stopped Monk, of course, out of the action currently, but...
Oh, we've seen this song and dance before.
Probably not a lot the Monk can do here. Just does not have the ability to outspeed 4 units. $128 from that elemental, a ton of damage to the Monk. Gets the time age up yet again, but again, the time age is going to go right down to the psionic wave. That is all she wrote. That was a very, very quick victory to tie that up 1-1.
So we go to the decider on medium 44. Two lopsided games in opposite directions. The collab team is in black, and Love Colored Magic is in green, I want to say. Blue.
Does only get 2 haste this time from the initial haste cast from that time age. Ooh, a shot onto the squid this time because it could not reach the Geo. No proc, but decent damage. Spell coming out from the other monk. Ooh, that is a hefty carved model to hit both units. 128 each, but counter flood back to it and lands the Petrify proc.
The collab team seems to be at its strongest when it's getting the statuses out, because Rule of Vengeance doesn't really have a whole lot of ways to mitigate that, especially with the monk paralyzed like that.
Absolutely, and a cast coming through on the monk. Monk is going to move up so that the cast hits the archer as well. That is unfortunate for me. And here comes a Petrify coming out on the tree too. There's a Demi 2. Hits the monk, drops the archer to near fatal, and the archer does counter flood, but no proc on the friendly. Power source to bring himself back up to decent HP and moves back. Protect Spirit onto the monk to heal himself up, or to make himself a little more durable, of course. Petrify coming out on the tree does not land. 154 drops the monk to near fatal. No HP restore proc that time.
Can't, because don't act.
Oh, don't act does. Yeah, I guess that's true, huh? Demi 2 does drop the monk, and good damage to the tree as well. Tree's down to half.
Yeah, with those 2 status procs, it's night and day, the difference between this and the small map.
Absolutely. A big Aqualung with the archer drops him to near fatal again, and a counter flood for chip damage, no proc. The Time Mage is going to try and heal herself there. That's a big heal coming out from the Spellblade as well. Another Petrify fishing for that on the tree. Shot from the archer onto the squid, does not get it, gets the counter flood, huge damage in return, and does petrify the Spellblade too. Petrify on the tree, we have a ton of petrified units here.
Did Medusa come wandering through the town?
Something like it. That should be some decent damage, 127. Counter flood for even more damage. Monk is going to move over, does opt to pick the archer up rather than just going for the squid kill, and the archer does get a chance to move over and heal up this Time Mage with a power source.
Let's just not kill the near fatal unit. Oh, well, she can do it. Sure.
Gonna go for the bonk there, and that is gonna be it. That is 2-1 for LoKoKaFi. LoKoKaFi. Both are correct, I suppose. And the collab team does move on.
2-1. We go now to Kjata 3 versus Break 2, the final match of our winner's bracket. Kjata 3 with Frozen Feet in a Warm Bed. We have Parker the Marksman with an Ice Bow and 108 gems to strengthen, with catch and throw item as well. Campbell the Knight with double Ice Brand and a Cursed Ring with Crystal Helmet to strengthen. Weapon Guard with two 25% swords make this knight very resilient to physical attacks. Hayden the Blue Dragon. And Royal the Samurai, also with a crystal helmet. This one with black magic and magic attack up, presumably here with Blizzard. Also counter flood on the other side. On the other side, we have Bubblegum Crisis featuring Big League Chew, the King Behemoth. Bubblicious the Floataball. I see a pattern here. Juicy Fruit the Taiju, and Hubba Bubba the Samurai, featuring Draw Out, Punch Art, MP Switch, and Guts, with the Reflect Mail and a Genji Gauntlet. Whole lot of protections on this one. We go to Large Map 95 to start. We've seen quite a few matches on this map through the months.
Absolutely, some close ones and some blowouts.
Break on the bottom and Kjata up top.
Not a ton of range from either team here. A couple of long-range options, but not a lot. Archer finally in range to take its first shot. Gets the proc. Proc doesn't land, but 143 onto the Samurai. And I-Beam coming out, 150 to the Archer. Samurai gets to move up, and that is going to be a Kiku on the Archer and Dragon. Just enough to take the Archer down. A little bit of damage to the Dragon, but it's still plenty healthy.
Dash runs into the MP switch. And we have just a little, well, what looked like was going to be a one-on-one, but the Samurai elected not to.
Double target and does break the MP switch on the Behemoth, so this Blizzard is going to hit its HP and kill it immediately. Heals the Knight, not that it needed it, and does some good damage to the Floataball too.
A revive for the Behemoth. That's going quickly, but elects to stab up instead of Olmagest.
Tree is just kind of hanging out, not in range to do anything just yet. Ice Breath to the Behemoth is going to kill. Kiko on the eye drops it real low. Knight does not opt to,
That's a Guts.
Absolutely. I-Beam onto the Samurai. Counter Flood is going to kill this Floataball, though. Samurai moves away and Kios herself for a Shell and Protect, but she is very low. Leaf Dance is going to kill the other Samurai here.
Yeah, that Samurai is not long for this world. And, you know,
Outcry Punch.
goodbye to your weapon on the way out, just as an added taunt.
Tree does get over to raise the eyeball up, but the eyeball is going to go right back down to those sword stabs. The Knight does crit the tree, so doesn't get the damage from the second swing. Tree's damage split is keeping it pretty healthy still, so it is going to get a chance to get another raise off here, and it does raise both the Behemoth and the eyeball, so Behemoth gets a turn 2 here, and is going to do a huge Olmagest onto the Dragon and the Knight.
And
But
misses both.
Both of them. Brutal. 150 I-Beam to the Knight. Knight does go down. Ice Breath is going to put the Behemoth back down, but it is still anybody's game here.
It does look like the Taiju has done its job.
Dragon is still hanging in there. A lot of units starting to crystallize here. Dragon with a big tail swing takes the behemoth back down, hits the tree, but again, those damage splits really brutal. Spirit of Life gonna bring the behemoth. Oh, misses the behemoth! That is a big tempo swing in the dragon's favor.
And the other team electing to just get crystals instead of fighting.
Eye and Tree both got the crystal. Tail swing hits both, but that is a lot of HP to push through. Leaf Dance onto the dragon does opt to hit it rather than raise the behemoth this turn. Oh, but the knight stands back up.
And falls right back down.
Sure does. Eye Beam, very consistent damage. Dash onto the eye for 143. Eye's getting a little lower, but a Spirit of Life is going to bring that behemoth back up. This dragon is doing its best. Can it dodge a third life-based damage in a row? It can.
Little dragon that could, I tell you what.
Ice Breath kills the eyeball, but it is brought right back up, and Dragon is just not going to be able to hang in there for long enough. Life
And
Break does
finally
finally hit, the dragon goes down. Break 2 does take the first game of the match.
Small 16 for the return.
Archer gets an opening shot on the behemoth, does do some damage to it, is not eaten by the MP switch, does take a 150 eye beam in return. Samurai gonna move up as well and open with a cheery, bold move from the Samurai, and it is eaten by the MP switch, so the Samurai takes no damage from it. Almagest missing again. This behemoth just having rough luck. Samurai eats an Ice Breath for 140, but is still pretty healthy here. Blizzard onto all three, nope, onto two monsters. Oh, but a big counter magic coming through. Wow.
Healing the entire team. Enemy team and hitting one of its teammates. Poor counter magic. Counter Flood puts it to sleep.
Tree is going to raise the behemoth up here. Here's another Almagest. Let's see if this behemoth has any more luck. It has been having some rough... ooh, does get one hit there on the Samurai. Dash onto the eyeball, kills it. Knight is going to Hellcry Punch onto the Samurai, but it is guarded, so it does not get the kill or the weapon break.
She's still low enough to try again, though.
Spirit of Life misses both the resurrection and the damage on the Undead Knight. Wow, some really tough accuracy rolls here. Dash does put the Samurai down finally. Double target, breaks the MP switch, and hits the behemoth. Spirit of Life is going to raise the eyeball up and hurt the Knight. Knight gets another turn, however, and is going to go ahead and swing on the eyeball and put it back down.
Almagest's time.
Life break, but it is guarded.
This poor behemoth just can't catch a break.
Sure can't. Now it is just down to the tree, trying to take out the Knight and the blue dragon here. Knight goes for a wish on the Samurai, but misses it, so that Samurai is going to crystallize. The tree missing Spirit of Life yet again. Trying again, and again does get the raise and the damage, but the Knight is, the Dragon is going to tail swing. This tree is just not going to be able to outpace both units. That is that. Gonna tie up the series 1-1, going to the medium map.
Let's take a quick look at the compatibilities. We have a Virgo, which is good with Taurus and Capricorn. That's Sagittarius and Cancer? Pisces. So bad with Gemini and Sagittarius and Pisces. And that's Sagittarius and Pisces. The tree is bad compatibility with half of its team, and neutral with the other piece. Anyways, medium map 3.
Interesting starting positions here. The teams all start just a little bit spread from each other. Marksman going to open with a shot on the tree. No damage split there. An opening Kyo for all 4 units. Pretty big. Leaf Dance on 2 units there.
That's
246 damage.
That dodge, though, leaving it in Omegast range. And the MP switch.
Keeps it alive, so it's going to get a very big Omegast or life break, assuming it can land them. It has had some accuracy issues so far this match. Oh, but a single target Cheery from the Samurai, and it hits the MP switch again!
That is the Omegast.
That is on the Undead Knight, but it is guarded. Ice Breath onto the Samurai, 84 damage. Leaf Dance onto the other Samurai for 140, but a counter Flood. Damage, no proc, so the tree is still in it.
Behemoth goes down before it can finish off anybody else.
And the Samurai does heal itself with the Blizzard, and the counter magic does hit the eyeball as well, but the Samurai did slow itself too. One of the one dangers of using Blizzard for self-heals.
It did, however, slow the floaty ball as well, so...
That is true. Another Samurai is stuck in the corner there.
And lost her weapon.
She is in a decent spot to Cheery here, but she does opt to revive the Behemoth instead. But Muramasa onto 2 kills both the Samurai and the Behemoth. Two swings onto the tree does kill it. No chance to reflect any of that damage with damage split. I-beam onto the Samurai drops her low, but a counter Flood onto the eyeball. It is also getting very, very low here. Eyeball is probably going to die to that dash. It sure does. And that is going to be a pretty handy victory there for Kjata. 2-1 over break.
Bringing it back after the first game loss. Pretty big.
that is our winner's bracket. Moving on to the first two of the losers here.
We have Paddy 3 with three teeth and a dude versus Hero 3's Haikus, which it's a long name. Three teeth and a dude, affectionately known as Morble Madness. We have Great Morble, and Ochu, along with the dentist, the chemist, with his tonberry knife, thief hat. Don't know a lot of dentists that wear rubber costumes, but hey, I guess.
You pay extra for that kind of dentist.
It's only 17 syllables. How many syllables are the other non-Ludo teams, Hero? Now, I'm pretty sure I'm hanging out with the right dentists. Anyways, with auto potion, maintenance, and basic skill. On the other side, for Hero, we have 5/7 then 5, the Spellblade, Faith Rod, Kaiser Plate, Summon Magic, Short Charge, Counter Flood. Syllables mark a haiku. A book chemist with MP switch and equip shield for an evasive diamond shield. Also getting the PA and MA for the Madlimgen. And the bard with just bloody strings, white magic, auto potion, and defense up. And of course, Remarkable Oath the monk with attack up and counter throw. Go to large map 82. Do I want to click that, Ludo?
Believe it or not, it is actually safe for work.
Terrifying. I think we have very different opinions on what dentists are.
Alright, the dentist moving up and over. All the Morbles look like they are going to opt to go that way as well. This map, with the terrain, does sort of split into two, the sort of high path and low path, as it were. Oh, but a quick Zodiac here. Does kill the dentist and big damage to one of the Morbles. And 150 book hit to it as well. It is very low already, and a Wave Fist is going to finish it off. That is 2 units down very fast. Bad Breath landing a Confusion and a Frog.
That frog doesn't know what's going on, but he's here for it.
Ready to fight the Morble immediately. Oh, but a Steel Heart on the other Morble.
Well, this has just been brutal.
But does opt for the Tentacle rather than another Bad Breath. Counter Flood gets it a cool pair of Shades in return.
How do Morbles wear shades? Like, look at those eye stalks.
I think it's just like a whole bunch of eye patches.
Yeah, that works.
A big Shiva drops that Morble very, very low. Or, you know, maybe it's just like a welding hood. Do you think it just wears one big welding hood?
How do you think a dog wears pants?
A dog wouldn't wear pants. It would have to. A dog can't take the pants back off to poop.
I'm glad we're thinking of the practicalities.
The Morble is charmed, moves over into the corner, so the other team is just taking a little time here to heal itself up, get some buffs going. Well, Hero, with Snake wears pants, it just sort of like slithers backwards into a sock, and then you just like put a little belt on, and there you go.
Fascinating. Can snakes slither backwards?
You know, I don't know, and I think that's the part about that I have the most difficulty with. I said it, and then I was like, you know, I don't know if they can do that. But it's like skating backwards. It's like an extra skill they have to learn.
Alright, the Morble out of Confuse and lands a kill.
Yeah, does tentacle that Spellblade down pretty handily, but 300 damage punch from that monk. It is not going to be able to stand that kind of damage for very long.
Or a
And
book
240
for
from
240.
the book. Oof. Morble does go down, and that is 1-0.
Maybe small map 25 is more to the bad breath AoE's advantage. Because that map was really, really bad for Three Teeth.
Yeah, not great. You know, definitely the teams start a lot closer now, so the Marbles might get a chance to move it in, but that does also mean that Zodiac is probably going to hit at least 2, if not more.
Bonk.
Getting an early throw stone, not accomplishing a whole lot with it.
That
the
is
big
a Zodiac. Oh boy.
Was going to hit 2, but now it's going to hit 4.
Oh boy, this is gonna be big.
Hits all 4, kills 2 immediately. Book is going to kill a 3rd, and this monk, I do believe, is going to kill... Yep, that, I'm pretty sure, is our fastest match ever so far. An incredibly quick win from Hero 3.
I don't think it's the fastest game we've ever seen, but it's pretty close. We've definitely had some big hits like that in the past.
Paddy 3 is eliminated. Hero 3 moves on, and on to the final match of the evening. Paddy does get a chance at redemption here. It is Korremar 3 versus Paddy 1. We're going to see if the gang can do it. We, of course, have the golden god, Dennis the Taiju. He is a 5-star man. We have Mac, who has been cultivating tons of mass as the king at Behemoth. Charlie doing his Charlie work as a piggy, of course, and Sweet D, who just spectacularly failed in her last match, which really is fitting. The monk with the bag does have both Genji pieces and Enkai armlet for tons of status resist in an effort to keep the rest of the team up. Now the pub, of course, Paddy.
The Burt is Alert, featuring Robert, Classic Burt, Hubert, and Cuthbert. We have a knight with Punch Art, Sicken, and Weapon Guard. We have a Spellblade with Jump, Overflow, and what Spellblade stuff we got here? Stasis Sword and Night Sword. We have a wizard with a Faith Rod, Steel, and Short Charge. And we have a Time Mage with Absorb Used MP and Maintenance, and Float with White Magic for support. We go to large map 99. Bird Law.
let's see if the gang can squeak out any wins.
It would be out of character.
Oh, and Charlie actually misses. I think that's the very first miss of Please Eat from Charlie.
How did you end up in the losers bracket with Charlie landing every Please Eat?
You know, it was mostly D. It was Kjata 2.
Ah, yeah, Kjata's good team. That makes sense.
Does get the Please Eat on D this time. Spellblade is going to get a jump on the pig, a bold choice. Okay, Time Mage does haste the Knight and the Wizard. Knight is going to go ahead and move up, get a Hellcry on the Monk. Hellcry on a Monk is not something you see too often, but she did have a bag, and now she doesn't. Confuse 2 coming out, and it does land on the Wizard, so the Wizard is just going to swing his stick at the air. Holy Strike to break the Wizard out of confusion, and does proc the MA save as well. It's going to be a Stasis Sword coming out onto Charlie. It does miss, and D it does hit, but not a ton of damage. Pig is going to move back.
Protect.
Pig moves back and Please Eats the tree, but misses again, and D is going to chakra herself for some extra healing.
Not enough. Almost completely overcome by the poison.
Mac does get stabbed. The Leaf Dance coming out, going to do 140 to the Knight. And Mac is going to Alma Guest.
Maybe he'll have better luck than the last one.
Big damage to the Wizard. Wizard is dropped to near fatal. And then the poison does tick on the Behemoth, but it hits the MP. Stasis Sword onto the Behemoth, 108, but procs the stop. Mac is stuck in his tracks. He's going to Please Eat the Behemoth and lands it, so the Behemoth does have that re-raise. Blizzard hits the friendly Knight, does hit the Behemoth as well, so the Behemoth does go down to the Knight right after. Paralyze coming out on the Knight does land, so the Knight is don't acted. Behemoth did go down, but the Behemoth does have re-raise, so he's going to come right back up pretty soon here. 20%? Monk is fishing for a Petrify, but only 20%. Magic Spirit going to get a big team heal. And the Pig is going to straight dash onto the Knight and kill. Rejuve, the Knight went down, so the Time Mage did just heal the opposing team. The Behemoth is up and is going to go ahead and Alma Guest that Time Mage.
Nope.
But misses. Petrify was on the jumping Spellblade, so does not land. Spellblade does land on the Monk for a little bit of damage here. Slow does not hit it. That's going to be a straight dash onto the Time Mage. 209 drops it to near fatal. Wizard is just moving back, is not in range to do anything. And a punch from the Monk drops the Time Mage down.
When you're undead, you want them dead and not running to the corner, so unfortunate.
A Night Sword on the Piggy, but not a lot of damage there. That Piggy's defense up, making a big difference. Another Alma Guest coming through on the Spellblade, and I don't know if this will kill. Well, certainly won't kill because it was guarded. Charlie did find some almonds in the alley and offered them to Mac, but Mac did not opt to eat them this time.
First time for everything, I guess.
And the Spellblade is death sentenced. Ooh, a Blizzard coming out. Does hit D for a good chunk of damage. Charlie offering the almonds to Mac again and does land it this time. So everybody is re-raised here except for the tree. Stasis Sword onto both the tree gets the stop, and the monk does not get the stop, but drops her to near fatal. She's going to chakra herself, but only for 80, not a ton. She does not have a hell of a lot of PA, and the poison going to do most of that damage back to her.
No luck for the Oma guests.
The wizard moves up and explosions in her face.
Today's LVP, behemoths in general.
The monk does get back up and chakras herself as well as the piggy. It is a 4-on-1 against this Spellblade here. Spellblade goes down to the death sentence, so the gang does take the first match here.
The gang versus Paddy's Pub. We go to 83. That is correct, Ludo.
Alright, a tough map here. A lot of that bridge is a pretty significant roadblock for physically based teams. Please eat onto the behemoth does land immediately, but that's going to be a big cast from the wizard. Going to hit the whole team.
Not if D has anything to... Well, I guess she doesn't have anything to say about it.
Life break for 0 because he can't do anything else, and it does proc the MA save as well. So that was a net loss of an action there.
Good job, Mac. Playing both sides.
Tree gonna move up and Leaf Dance does hit the wizard here. Oh, but a big Stasis Sword hits the tree and gets the stop, hits the monk, does not get the stop, so she is still steady casting here. Blizzard on the tree. Oh, but here's a big confuse too. And it confuses the wizard and the time mage. That could be a big swing for the match immediately. But Holy Strike on the friendly unit does get a caution off of it. Hellcry, and she guards it again. Oh, but the wizard does bonk the time mage out of his confusion. D walks up and death sentences the time mage, so he is going to go down pretty soon here.
I think that's just considered a ground tile. Yeah, move +1.
Please eat on the stop tree again. Does get it this time, and Charlie's going to move forward just a little bit. Knight does chakra himself. The behemoth is really just having a struggle here. Mac not really able to get in and do anything. D going to move down and secret fist the wizard. That is a second death sentence, but Blizzard going to come out and hit the tree and the pig.
I'm pretty sure that is an undead wizard. So not the best death sentence of the day.
No, not really.
Damn it, D.
Stupid bird. Wizard's moving on down to cast. D's gonna move up and chakra herself way up out of the way. Spellblade is going to Night Sword her for 90. So he does heal himself a bit. Behemoth finally gets to take an action, and he is blocked. Oh, Blizzard kills the monk, but does also kill the time mage, who was going to die anyway to the death sentence. Pig goes right back down. A life break onto the Spellblade. 100 damage, not a ton, but it's something, I guess.
Jump.
Yep, death sentence goes off on the wizard, but he is undead, so it does nothing. And the tree's going to move up, is going to go ahead and resurrect both the pig and the behemoth, even though the behemoth did have that re-raise on it. Oh, but it goes back down and gets re-raised right back up. Interesting. Life break does miss, unfortunately. That would have done a ton of damage. Here's a straight dash, is going to kill the Spellblade, but the Spellblade gets right back up too and kills the pig. There's a lot of death, a lot of coming right back up. Things not looking great for the gang this match. Damage split, but the tree is slow.
That's slow, probably a pretty big deal.
Is now also sickened. Spirit of Life gets the pig back up. Tree moves back and takes that poison damage. Here's another straight dash. Pig is in the back line. Charlie is the wild card.
How many references can we sneak into a single match?
Explosion kills the pig yet again, and he is in a bad spot. No way the tree's getting there to resurrect him.
Tree probably is gonna chakra up. Because if it doesn't, it dies to the poison. Yep.
Yep, sure does. Magic Spirit, and it does heal the behemoth as well, which does also give it another chance to MP switch here. Almagest on the wizard down at the bottom. Does hit and does kill, so the wizard is down. That tree is at 0. Sorry, the pig is at 0 on its crystal, so it is going to crystallize here. Tree heals itself again. Behemoth is low, is going to stab up rather than attempt to life break or Almagest, and it does die to the poison. Tree gets a chance to bring it back up, though.
Stabbed right back down.
Yeah, do not think the turn orders are working out super well here. Especially with the wizard back up, there's no way Dennis is turning this around. Nope. The gang goes down that time, and it is tied up 1-1. We are going to the medium map. That map really did not play in the gang's favor.
We go to medium 46 for the decider. Cemetery.
Team's starting a little bit split here. Could potentially make a difference one way or the other. Charlie teaches D about his spaghetti policy. That's going to be an early blizzard coming out, which is going to hurt a whole bunch, as shown last game. Early jump as well. Oh, the pig is slowed. That is not ideal. Confuse 2 coming out on the Wizard and the Time Mage. And it does land on both. Leaf Dance coming out from the tree on the Knight and the Spellblade. Decent damage, but the tree did put itself into a bad spot. Damage split does do decent damage to the Knight there. Pig is going to move up and straight dash the Wizard. Does not get the kill.
Honestly, better for the gang that way.
This is true. Could move it, yeah, Undead Wizard could move out of range of everybody rather than dying and having a chance to... Well, let's see. Quick on the near Fatal Wizard. So it gets to move just a little bit farther.
Sure,
Tree's
why not?
Another Leaf Dance out here. Some more damage to the Knight and the Spellblade. Pretty respectable damage coming out from it. And a damage split is going to drop the Knight to near Fatal. Oh, and the Wizard meltdowns. Wait, what? Why didn't the Wizard kill itself?
I think it's because confusion is weird. Oh, no, wait. Neither of them were in the tile.
Oh, because of the quick.
Yep.
Okay, the Wizard does break the confusion on the Time Mage. Petrify coming out on the Spellblade does not land. A big Magic Spirit, big team heal there from the tree onto the Monk and Behemoth. The birds are on the back foot a little bit here. Please eat onto the tree. Does not land. Charlie not having the luck that he did in the last go-around here. Damage split onto the Spellblade, so the tree is still healthy. Not in near Fatal yet. Oh, misses the life. That is a tough break for the Time Mage. A stab and gets the proc onto the Behemoth. Good damage coming out there. Another Please Eat attempt on the tree. Does not land again. Petrify attempt out on the Time Mage here. Behemoth is going to go ahead and get a huge life break. 50-50 shot, and it hits. Spellblade goes down.
But for how long?
That is, I think, a full life coming out here. Nope, just a regular life. And it does land this time, so the Knight is back up. And a Petrify attempt coming out on the Time Mage lands. Third time's the charm. Tree does get Please Eated. Please Ate. Magic Spirit gonna heal the Behemoth.
And the re-raise goes off, and jump.
Monk is gonna chakra herself and move into the middle of nowhere.
Damn it, D.
Stab Up is going to drop that Knight to near Fatal very quickly. A jump, damage split. The Leaf Dance is going to kill both, I believe. It sure does. So it is just that near Fatal Wizard over there.
Who will now decide to actually do something.
Not just yet, it seems.
Well, couldn't get in range immediately.
It's going to attempt to steal Heart. I mean, if any action had a chance of maybe swinging things, that might have been it. But a Bag Whack does take it down, and the gang squeaks it out 2-1 over Paddy.
And that is the evening. As always, thank everybody for coming out. Thanks for participating. We should have another run at the losers bracket tomorrow. And see y'all then.
Evening, y'all.